Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 extinct animals of the last 20 years. In the grand tapestry of life, extinction is a natural process, a slow and steady rhythm that has played out over millennia. But what we are witnessing today is different. The pace of extinction has accelerated dramatically, driven by a single dominant force: humanity. It's a sobering reminder of the impact humans have on the planet. Our journey begins with a creature of immense size and even greater solitude, the Pinta Island tortoise. These gentle giants once roamed the Galapagos Islands, their ancient lineage stretching back millions of years. But their numbers dwindled as humans arrived, bringing with them introduced predators and habitat destruction. The last known individual, a magnificent male named Lonesome George, became a poignant symbol of this loss. Despite efforts to find him a mate, Lonesome George died in 2012, taking with him the last vestiges of his kind. The Yangtze River, a lifeline for millions, was also home to the Baiji dolphin, a remarkable creature uniquely adapted to its murky waters. Blind yet exquisitely sensitive to sound, the Baiji navigated using echolocation, its clicks and whistles echoing through the depths. But the river's growing traffic, pollution and overfishing created a cacophony that drowned out the Baiji's calls. Despite desperate searches, the last confirmed sighting was in 2002. The Baiji, once a symbol of the Yangtze, vanished beneath the waves, a victim of our insatiable appetite for progress. Few animals embody the tragic consequences of human greed as starkly as the western black rhinoceros. Once widespread across Africa, their populations were decimated by relentless poaching for their horns, prized in some cultures for their supposed medicinal properties. Habitat loss further compounded their plight, driving them closer to the brink. In 2011, the International Union for Conservation of Nature declared the western black rhino extinct in the wild. Chapter 4. The Silence of the Spix's Macaw. The rainforests of Brazil once echoed with the vibrant calls of the Spix's macaw, their brilliant blue plumage a dazzling spectacle against the emerald canopy. But deforestation, driven by the insatiable demand for timber and agricultural land, ripped apart their habitat. The illegal pet trade dealt a further blow, capturing these intelligent birds and selling them into captivity. The last known wild Spix's macaw disappeared in 2000, leaving behind a deafening silence in its wake. Chapter 5. The Pyrenean ibex, a second chance lost. The story of the Pyrenean ibex is one of both hope and heartbreak. Once found in the rugged mountains of Spain and France, their numbers dwindled due to hunting and competition with livestock. By the late 20th century, only a single individual remained, a female named Celia. Scientists captured Celia and, in a last-ditch effort to save the species, created a clone using her preserved DNA. Tragically, the clone died shortly after birth, extinguishing any hope of resurrecting this magnificent creature. Chapter 6. The elusive Formosan clouded leopard gone without a trace. The island of Taiwan was once home to a creature of such elusiveness that it bordered on myth, the Formosan clouded leopard. These solitary hunters, with their distinctive cloud-like markings, were rarely seen and even less often photographed. Habitat destruction driven by logging and agriculture fragmented their already limited territory. Hunting, fueled by demand for their pelts, further decimated their numbers. The last confirmed sighting was in 1983, but for years, rumors persisted of their survival. Sadly, extensive camera trap surveys have failed to find any trace of them, leading to the conclusion that they are now extinct. Chapter 7. The Christmas Island. Pipistrelle, an island's silent night. On Christmas Island, a tiny speck of land in the vast Indian Ocean, lived a bat found nowhere else on Earth. the Christmas Island pipistrelle. These small insect-eating bats played a vital role in the island's ecosystem. However, the introduction of invasive species, particularly yellow crazy ants, proved devastating. The ants disrupted the bats' foraging behavior and may have even preyed on them directly. Despite conservation efforts, the last known Christmas Island pipistrelle died in 2009, its echolocation calls silenced forever. Chapter 8. The Alaotra grebe, lost in the reeds. In the heart of Madagascar lies Lake Alaotra, a unique freshwater lake and home to the Alaotra grebe, a small water bird perfectly adapted to life among the reeds. However, the introduction of invasive fish species, coupled with habitat degradation from agricultural runoff and pollution, proved disastrous. The invasive fish competed with the grebes for food, while habitat loss destroyed their nesting grounds. Despite frantic searches, the Alaotra grebe was last seen in 1989, another victim of our disregard for the delicate balance of nature. Chapter 9. The Liverpool pigeon, a mystery of the skies. Sometimes extinction is not a sudden event, but a slow fade into obscurity. The Liverpool pigeon, a strikingly beautiful bird with iridescent green plumage, was once a common sight in the forests of the South Pacific. However, habitat loss from deforestation and the introduction of invasive predators took a heavy toll. The last confirmed sighting was in 1900, and despite occasional unconfirmed reports, the Liverpool pigeon is now presumed extinct. Chapter 10. The golden toad, a harbinger of change. Our final chapter takes us to the cloud forests of Costa Rica, where a tiny, shimmering creature once thrived, the golden toad. These brightly colored amphibians were found only in a small area of high-altitude rainforest. Climate change, however, was altering their fragile habitat at an alarming rate. Rising temperatures and changes in rainfall patterns led to the drying out of their breeding pools. The golden toad was last seen in 1989, its disappearance a stark warning of the far-reaching impacts of climate change on even the most remote corners of our planet. Outro, a call to action. As we've journeyed through these tales of extinction, we've encountered creatures both grand and humble, each playing a vital role in the intricate web of life. Their disappearance is not just a loss for the natural world, but a stark warning to humanity. Thank you for watching. Let's work together to protect the species that are still with us, to conserve their habitats, and to ensure that future generations inherit a world where the symphony of life continues to play. Subscribe for more informative content on wildlife and conservation.